Day 217 in the Terra Hab. It's getting pretty bad out there. Winds are gusting 170 mph. Global temperatures have risen 2 degrees in the last decade. Tsunami swells are wiping out cities. Situation critical. Just here, trying to survive long enough to beat my high score. And it looks like driving at the goal. What, do we lose to Jenny? You ever get the feeling we're whiling away the hours as disaster looms? Fiddling while Rome burns? We're good on snow, Trev. Some say we've got the tech to right the planet within decades, but what if we can't cool our climate? Or feed a population that's projected to be 10 billion by the year 2050? These topics make me anxious. Thankfully, there's folks out there using AI to tackle some of our most pressing problems, like innovating agriculture and redefining how we think about food. And oh yeah, if things really do go south, building a new home on another planet. How can AI help humanity adapt to a new way of life?
Anybody on the arena floor who is not a part of the competition, please come inside as they prepare to do the testing.
When I plugged in the first time, I plugged it into this. That's when the breaker blew. Then I changed over to this board.
That's good. Feeling good, it's feeling good.
The 3D Printed Habitat Challenge began as a call from NASA asking anyone in the world from any background to contribute architectural concepts that you could make on Mars.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Mars is the next great frontier. NASA has been sending probes since the 1970s, and more recently, they even sent a space SUV to explore the Red Planet.
Touchdown confirmed. Proceed.
For decades, they've been laying the groundwork for their real mission. By 2033, they plan to send humans to Mars.
To go to Mars, it is about 6 months to get there, and then you have to wait about 1.5 years on the surface for the planets to realign for a very short trip back. The Apollo 11 astronauts were in a tiny capsule.
Stand by for D1.
It had the volume on the lunar module, the equivalent of a C-block cell at Alcatraz if it was only 5 foot high. But you can't expect someone to live in a habitat like that over any period of time.
Yeah, which is why they're going to need a proper place to live on the Red Planet. The rub is, it'll have to be built by AI before they arrive.
In a few minutes, if you can find a couple more cords so we can get power for our electronics.
Okay, good. Okay.
NASA has been holding an open bake-off for architects and engineers to design a habitat that can be built autonomously on Mars.
Ready, Chris?
Now, the competition has reached the final round, with the winners getting $500,000 and a chance to join Project Red Planet.
I don't know how many space architects there are in the world. It's not a common job. There's not a whole lot of work yet, but my wildest dream is to get us into space faster, but also revolutionize how things are built on Earth.
So for Mars, we know we have to do the pressure vessel shape, right? And Jeff, you had investigated dome, right? Torus, cylinder.
I'm an architect. My specialty is doing skyscrapers. I want my company to be the first builders in space. When we're building in space, like every little grain of material is going to have a value to it. So we want something that's going to be as strong as possible with as less material as possible.
Like, based on what you guys just printed, what do you think is actually the easier build?
We can kind of do whatever, as long as we have enough time to lay down the plastic.
In the past, you'd have to use experience and empirical evidence to figure out what to build, which is why AI is so transformative in the field of space exploration.
AI allows you to study millions of options, comparing iterations against each other, and find the optimal one.